Most women might not even realize that they're pushing their man away.
So you hook up with somebody?
3-4 weeks.
How long until you cook for somebody?
Cook?
Yeah.
Why men pull away when shit gets real.
When a confident woman feels a man who's starting to pull away and she just started dating him.
You want to know why men are leaving relationships today?
It is the men who are actually trying to save the relationships here, not the women.
Do you want to know the type of woman that will never really get over?
What happens when people stop chasing relationships and start choosing peace, purpose, and personal growth instead? Why are so many online discussions centered around men stepping back from dating, while others are sharing stories about relationships they wish they had handled differently? Stay with us until the very end because this conversation has become one of the most debated topics on the internet.
Most women might not even realize that they're pushing their man away until it's too late, until he's gone. Here's how you notice. It's not always cheating that drives men out. It's disrespect, constant negativity, emasculinizing him, belittling him, and making him feel like no matter what he does, it's never enough. When men feel drained instead of inspired, they don't explode. They retreat. They stop opening up. They stop putting in effort. They stop fighting for the relationship. And then the women play the victim, acting blindsided when he finally leaves. But the truth is, you created an environment where he couldn't thrive, where his presence felt like a burden instead of a blessing. And men will not stay where they feel unvalued, unseen, unappreciated. So if your man is pulling away, stop pointing the finger at him and look in the mirror. You might be the reason. Respect him, admire him, build him up instead of tearing him down, because the moment he realizes peace exists without you, he'll never come back. And that's a hard truth most women don't want to hear.
Across social media, more people are opening up about relationships that didn't work out. Some women have shared that they didn't fully appreciate a supportive partner until after the relationship ended, while others say returning to the dating world changed how they viewed commitment.
After talking to hundreds of you guys, I've realized something that I need to get off my chest. It is the men who are actually trying to save the relationships here, not the women. And what's crazy is that most of the women I've actually talked to and had consultation with tell me that their husbands are the ones sending them my videos, and that says everything. 70 to 80% of divorces are filed by women. That is not trying to fix a marriage. That is walking away from it. Most women threaten divorce long before they're ever ready to file. They use it as leverage until the man finally hits his breaking point and says, "I'm done." And once he does say, "I'm done," that's when the gaslighting starts. She flips the script, plays the victim, promises to change, cries, manipulates, you name it. Anything to pull him back in because the control is slipping from her end. But when a man truly checks out, it's not loud, it is quiet, and it is final, and you've lost him. When a good man walks away, it is not because he stopped caring. It's because he cared too long and nobody met him halfway. So if you're watching this, man or woman, ask yourself, are you really trying to build your relationship and save it? Or are you slowly tearing it apart while you're convincing yourself that you're the one being wronged?
What started as individual stories has grown into a much larger debate. People are discussing accountability, changing expectations, communication, and whether modern dating makes it harder to recognize healthy relationships before they're gone.
So you hook up with somebody?
3-4 weeks.
How long until you cook for somebody?
Cook?
Yeah.
Husband candidate.
Explain to me why it takes longer for you to cook than for you to hook up with them.
Men will just hook up with you and then they'll ghost you. Oh, like, why are you gonna cook for a man that ghosts you?
I guess they would ask you, why would you hook up with a man that might ghost you?
You're not gonna guess anybody that ghosts you.
I think there's some discernment involved.
Like what?
The guy was taking you seriously. He'll put resources toward you. He'll take care of you.
Okay,
He's
and-
being transparent. He's communicating.
He will still ghost you. So don't trust any of that shit.
Let's say there's $1,000, right? One way you could get this $1,000 is somebody hand it to you. Another way you get this $1,000 is you work 100 hours. At the end of working 100 hours, do you think you would appreciate that $1,000 more than somebody who just gave it to you?
Hell yeah.
So let me bring it back in context. The quicker you give it up, the less they're gonna value it. The longer you wait and they work for it and they put a ring and they do all this and have commitment, they're gonna value it more. That's why people are ghosting you.
But you talk for a month and they still ghost you.
A month's not long.
Let's keep it real. I mean, based on this interaction, this interview here, would you want to work 60 plus hours a week to protect and provide for an individual like this? Right? Absolutely not. She's hard-headed. She feels a need to, she needs to be right, right? Based on her ideologies and how she thinks, she feels that she needs to be right. You can't work with anything like that, right? High value, high productive, high capable man. Nah. I'm good off that. right? So once men are clapping your cheeks and, okay, this is what I'm dealing with now, and kind of, beyond the post on clarity here, yeah, they're basically saying the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Yeah, I'm good. So, hey, I think generally speaking, she represents the average modern woman, right? They rather give up their bodies before building with a man, getting on a man's program, and, being cooperative at the very least, right? Fit, feminine, and friendly. They feel that they need to be right. They feel that they're strong and independent. And, if you can't take them as they are, then you're not a real man, right? You got to handle them and all this other stuff. So, that's probably what's happening here, but let me know what you guys think.
At the same time, many men online say they've become more selective about who they date. Rather than constantly searching for a relationship, they describe focusing on careers, financial stability, health, family, and building a life they genuinely enjoy.
Today we're going to learn about why men pull away when shit gets real. First, we're going to uncover some myths. Myth number 1 being, real love activates real fear. He is scared of that genuine connection and being vulnerable. Now, this is male propaganda delivered straight to you from certified dating coaches. The second myth is he is too busy being interested in somebody else. And, it's not really a myth. That's very probable, but let me tell you what's actually going on. Men actually pull away when shit gets real because he never saw a future with you. He was always only halfway in with you when it was fun, and he enjoyed the attention, and he enjoyed that he got with you. He's not scared of connection. He's scared of having a connection with someone that he doesn't see himself with on the long run. He enjoyed the fantasy with you while it was fun, but he knew all along that he was never planning to integrate your lives together.
Supporters of that mindset argue that being single isn't something to fear. To them, it's an opportunity to develop personally instead of entering relationships that don't align with their long-term goals.
Do you want to know the type of woman that men never really get over? It's not the woman who begged. It's not the woman who sent a 10-page text message telling him how she felt. And it's absolutely not the woman who spent 6 months trying to convince that man of her value. It's the woman who decided she was done. There was no dramatic exit, no final speech, no one last conversation. One day, that woman just stopped reaching out. She decided she wasn't going to explain anymore. She stopped chasing, and she disappeared back into her own life. See, when you're constantly fighting to be chosen, he never has to wonder where he stands. Oh, he knows. He knows. Why? Because you're still there. But the moment that a woman genuinely detaches herself, not to manipulate this guy or not to teach him a lesson, but truly because she finally remembered who she was before she met him, that is the moment that everything changes. Because silence creates a question that no amount of arguing ever can. What happens if I lose her? The woman men never forget isn't always the prettiest, it's not always the hottest, it's not always the youngest, it's not even the one who really loved him the most, okay? It's the woman who showed them life with her and then showed them life without her. Because value never, ever begs, value never has to convince. A woman who knows her worth doesn't sit around campaigning for a position that should have been offered to her willingly, lovingly. So the moment your self-respect becomes louder than your attachment to this man, that is the moment the power shifts and you get yours back.
Not everyone agrees with that perspective. Critics point out that social media often amplifies the most dramatic stories, making it easy to mistake a collection of viral videos for a broader cultural trend.
A man can leave a woman even when he still loves her very much. Sometimes women cross limits without even realizing what they are doing. And when they finally realize he has gone, it is already too late. A man almost never disappears suddenly from a relationship without warning signs appearing first. He usually warns through silence, exhaustion, and subtle changes in his behavior. He tries to talk calmly and tries to make things lighter before reaching his limit. But everything in life eventually reaches a limit that no one can ignore. Many women mistakenly confuse love with a permanent guarantee that he will stay. They believe they can speak however they want and treat him however they want. They demand recognition constantly, but rarely acknowledge what he already does. Men eventually become tired of feeling constantly compared and quietly diminished. They become tired of never being enough, even when they try their best. And when a man stops arguing, that silence rarely means maturity. Most of the time, that silence simply means he has already given up. Because love alone cannot survive for long without respect. Even people who love deeply will eventually walk away when respect disappears. If this video made sense to you in any way, please follow our page to stay close to me. Thank you.
Even so, one message appears repeatedly throughout these conversations. Many people believe healthy relationships require mutual respect, honest communication, and shared responsibility rather than assumptions or emotional games.
When a confident woman feels a man who's starting to pull away and she just started dating him, she's not going to chase him. She's not even going to ask him why he's pulling away. She's not going to send him any text messages or anything like that because she doesn't need to remind him what she brings to the table. That woman has no time for that. She goes quiet because she knows that her silence is not weakness. It is pure strategy. She's basically telling that man that she's not auditioning for him, okay? It's not what she does. And believe it or not, psychologists call this the silent effect. It's when you pull back your attention, the human brain fills the silence with anxiety, curiosity, regret. So that confident woman is busy staying calm, composed. And then he starts replaying every moment, wondering, wait, did I just lose her? What happened? Her calm actually starts to drive him bonkers. He goes into chaos because a woman that actually knows her worth, that woman is not ever going to argue. She's not the type to beg. That's just not her persona. She knows that her absence is louder than anything she could ever send, she could ever say, because a queen, a true queen who knows her value, doesn't chase the crown. She is the crown.
Another common theme is changing priorities. Instead of asking, how do I find someone? Many people are asking, does this relationship genuinely improve my life? That shift alone has changed how many approach dating.
This goes for both male and females. He didn't just stop loving you overnight. He stopped feeling respected by you. Men rarely leave all at once. They leave piece by piece, and it's not usually the big screaming fights. It's the small little jabs, the sarcasm, the eye pulls, the way you dismiss him in front of others. Every little moment chips away at his spirit until eventually he's done. He shuts down. He stops opening up. He stops sharing his world with you. And then he stops trying altogether because it's too late. That's why you see so many men who look physically present, but inside, they've already left. Disrespect doesn't just bruise his ego. It suffocates the relationship. It kills intimacy. It kills desire. And once that connection is gone, it's one of the hardest things to bring back. So don't starve your relationship with constant disrespect for your partner. Don't think love alone can survive it, because once he checks out emotionally, the rest is only a matter of time. If this hit home for you, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from both the men and the women on this one. I know it can be a touchy subject, but that's what I'm here to do. Bring light to the subjects that not everybody wants to talk about, but we need to talk about it.
For some, walking away isn't about anger or revenge. It's about refusing to remain in situations where they feel incompatible, unheard, or unable to build the future they want.
There are 3 things that happen when you constantly test a good man. Number 1, he shuts down, just a slow, quiet retreat. He stops opening up because everything he shares gets weaponized later. He stops trying because nothing he does is ever right. Women sit there wondering where he went, but he didn't change. He just got exhausted from constantly proving something you should already know. Number 2, he questions your feelings for him. When you pull back to see if he'll chase, when you create distance to measure his love, you're not making him want you more. You're making him wonder if you even want him at all. That cuts deeper than you think. A man can handle a lot, but feeling unwanted by the woman he chose, that's a wound that doesn't heal easily. And number 3, he finds peace elsewhere. Not another woman necessarily, but he'll invest his energy where it's honored. His work, his purpose, his friends. The parts of his life where he doesn't have to prove his worth every single day. And once a man checks out emotionally, it's almost impossible to bring him back. Here's what women don't understand. Secure men don't move from insecurity. They move from conviction. They give their energy where it's appreciated, where it's reciprocated, where it's safe. So you can keep testing, keep playing games, keep pulling back to see if he'll pursue. Or you can be the woman who makes home undefeatable. The one who loves him without conditions. Who shows up with consistency. Who doesn't weaponize his vulnerability. Because men don't leave peace. They protect it.
Meanwhile, many women sharing their experiences say that hindsight gave them a different perspective on past relationships. Whether those reflections represent a widespread trend or simply personal growth is still open to interpretation.
You want to know why men are leaving relationships today? Because you became his biggest source of stress. Men are going to leave relationships when women become the biggest stress factor in their goddamn life. The reality of it is right now is that ladies out there, you're telling yourself a comforting lie. You're calling him a narcissist, an abuser, that he was treating you badly, that he was cheating, he was checking out other women, he was doing all of these things. But the reality of it is, you became his biggest source of stress. He came home to nagging and drama. He came home to someone that was never happy with anything that he did. He came home to someone that was consistently belittling him, putting him down, and mentally draining every ounce of him, while still having to worry about the bills and everything else that needed to be met. His work, his family, his friends, being the source of income for plenty of people around him, and at the same time being told that anything he did wasn't good enough, and if he spoke up, it wasn't fair what he said. Don't be his stress.
Perhaps that's the biggest takeaway. Modern dating is changing for everyone. Men and women alike are re-evaluating what they expect from relationships, what they're willing to compromise on, and what kind of future they truly want.
The shock that women have when their man finally walk out the door, most of the time a man will tell you, but you weren't trying to listen. A man just doesn't leave a relationship overnight. He ain't explaining himself, he just gonna go quiet. Men give us so many chances. We are so focused on ourselves that we don't even hear them. So here are 5 reasons that men have specifically told me of why they leave relationships. Number 1, a man gets tired of feeling unheard. He will bring things up to that woman about respect, communication, effort, and when nothing changes, he just stops repeating himself. Number 2, a man gets tired of explaining the same thing. At first, he's gonna talk, he's gonna repeat himself, but when he realizes that nothing he's saying is being taken seriously, he gonna stop talking and he gonna go mute. Number 3, he starts adjusting instead of arguing. Ain't no man gonna argue with no woman. Period. He's going to have less effort, less emotion, less engagement. And none of this is because he doesn't care. He just knows that arguing ain't going to change a thing. Number 4, he's going to mentally check out before he physically leaves. Yep, he's still there physically in the house, but he is not present. The realization of that is that the connection is gone. And most women do not notice it until it's too late. Number 5, he realizes his peace is more important.
So here's the real question. As more people choose compatibility, peace, and long-term stability over simply being in a relationship, are we witnessing a healthier approach to dating, or just a new chapter in an already complicated dating landscape? Stay with us until the end, and let us know your thoughts respectfully in the comments.
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.